What's up, everybody? OGP back with you for another movie review. Yes, if you enjoy this video, please give it the good old thumbs up. Let me know down below if you have seen Encounter, the 2021 Amazon original movie directed by Michael Pierce, starring Riz Ahmed and Octavia Spencer, as well as the guy that played Bunchy, Ray Donovan's brother, in Ray Donovan, Dash Mihok, however you say his last name. But the funny thing is, on IMDb, they don't list Dash in the cast. But unless I'm losing my mind, Dash played the highway patrolman that winds up stopping the dad and the two sons early in the movie. Unless I'm losing my mind, that was Dash, aka Bunchy from Ray Donovan. So I'm not sure why he's not on the IMDb. But anyways, that's not the end of the world. We're here to actually talk about the movie, not the IMDb page. And I was recommended this movie by Balzer77 a while back. And I just had a lot going on. It's taken me a while to get to it. And if my voice is raspy today, I apologize. This is like day 4 that I've been back from Texas, and the night that I got back, started getting under the weather. I feel like I'm getting over it now, but it's affected my voice, and so please accept my apologies, bear with me, but let's have some fun talking about a really good movie that I am actually very grateful for Balzer77 for recommending this because of a few different reasons. One, a great story with a wicked twist in the middle. Great cast. You know, the actors were all wonderfully cast. I felt like they all did a great job for their roles. It was gorgeous. The cinematography was amazing. The edit was amazing. I didn't have any problem with production value at all. You know, of course, it's Amazon. They're dumping all the money in the world into it. But it was just, all in all, from the production to the acting, to the story, it was just really well put together. At some point, I will mention to you that I'm going to get into spoilers. The spoilers for this are huge and will ruin it for you if you have not seen it. So at that point, or right now, go ahead and stop this video and check out Encounter. It's available Amazon Prime. If you're a member, it is free. I highly recommend it. I'm going to give you my score here in just a couple minutes after talk about a couple other things about this movie. I had posted in the community tab, I believe it was public, but I had posted a couple pictures from, like one from the movie, one from like Google Maps, like Street View, because they were filming in a town called Lone Pine, California. Instantly I recognized that town. I was like, no way, that's so cool. So I pulled up Google and went, and sure enough, yeah, it was right there in Lone Pine, California. Lone Pine is like the gateway, like the portal to the Sierra Nevada mountain range from the east side. Like if you were going in the back side of Yosemite, you're going in from the east side, a little bit further north, but the eastern Sierra Nevada, mountain range entry is typically through Lone Pine, and I've driven through there on the way, passing through, going north. I've also gone there twice to go up into the Sierras and climb Mount Whitney, which is the tallest mountain in the continental United States, or the lower 48. So that was pretty cool to see that. I was like, oh, no way. I love seeing locations that I recognize. But it gets better. Shortly after that, I see them driving down a highway, and there's a sign, and you clearly see it. It says 190. In almost that exact spot where they shot a wide of the Jeep traveling through the desert on that little highway, we use that same stretch of road to film scenes, one of the opening scenes for Clown Motel Massacre. That was really cool. I was like, no way, I filmed a movie right there too. So 2 cool filming locations. Then they were at you saw a little sign, and it said something mine or quarry or something like that. Well, that is a place just outside of Vegas that this town was built for the mining, like the people for the mining. Well, mine shut down or whatever, and the town was just flat out abandoned. Just flat out abandoned. Left sitting there perfectly intact, and it sits there today, like in the condition you saw, and this was toward the end of the movie, where they were in that town that was kind of abandoned. Like, I know a guy who knows a guy who can get us in there, because it's all like privately owned still, I think maybe by the people that own the mine or whatever. But we are planning on going over there before too long and doing a video of that, like, sketchy old, just abandoned community. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not sure when, so I don't have anything to announce as far as dates on that yet, but that was cool too. So 3 cool locations. But wait, there's more. Shortly after that, we see them driving through the desert, and they're driving up a hill. And by this point, they're already in the Ford truck, or I think it was a Ford truck, but they're in that newer pickup truck. They're driving up a hill, and I'm like, oh crap, I recognize that hill. Every time I go to Vegas and come home, I drive that same stretch of road up that hill. When I'm going to Vegas, I drive down that hill. And I was like, no way, that I know that hill for sure. But then I was absolutely convinced that I was 100% correct about that hill when the next shot was taking place at Roy's, which is in the town of Amboy. It's a gas station that doesn't pump gas anymore, but there's like a gift shop. It's not even a real cafe anymore. They just sell like candy bars and drinks and stuff like that. And then they have, like, I think some, like merchandise from the gas station or whatever. But it's in this town called Amboy in the middle of nowhere. And then also you see in the movie, it's called the Amboy Crater, which is, there's like this little kind of black volcanic, whatever you call it, like crater thing coming up out of the ground. I know there's a more accurate word for that. But basically this volcano that's right by the Amboy Roy's gas station there. So I was like, no way, I've been to both of those. I've been to the gas station, Roy's there, probably 50 times. But that's so cool because that Roy's, where they were sitting in the booth, and now I believe that C. Thomas Howell and Rutger Hauer were in the next booth over. They weren't in the corner booth. But there's a picture on the wall that you can see clearly in this movie that has, I think, it looks like a cup of coffee and a pancake or something like that. They put that picture over the picture of C. Thomas Howell and Rutger Hauer that's always there. Like, if you walk in there today, you would see C. Thomas Howell and Rutger Hauer showing where they sat in the filming of the movie The Hitcher. So that was really cool. So seeing those locations, I was like, all right, no way, this is cool. Then, the final scenes after that, there's some driving going on, and I don't think any of these are spoilers yet. This is just me talking about cool filming locations. But there's driving going on, and you see, like the dad and the son driving one way, and they're actually supposed to be driving away from Roy's, but the stretch of road they're on is the hill they went up earlier in the movie. Now they're on that hill going down. They're actually on the same stretch of road, but going the other way. So the camera's pointed the other direction, so you don't realize it unless you know it. So they're actually going back down toward Roy's. So I was like, that's funny. They're going the wrong way. But then you see there's like a line of cars that is going somewhere in particular, and no spoilers yet. So that line of cars, if you know what I'm talking about there, that line of cars, they are all going also toward Roy's when they're supposed to be going toward the dad and the son. And so I was like, no way, that they the average person would never pick up on that. But I know the stretches of road. So the way they were doing it was very funny, having them go like wrong directions and stuff. So, with the magic of movies, the casual viewer would never know. But that area there, if like leaving my house or Southern California, if you go to Las Vegas, I call it the back way, but it's a guaranteed way to get to Vegas quick, like on Friday when all the traffic from Southern California is going up there. You go out highway, is it like 61 or something like that. But it's kind of out of Palm Springs, and it shoots north and goes up into Yucca Valley, Joshua Tree, and winds up in 29 Palms by, like, I think it's the world's biggest Marine Corps base. And then right there, before you're driving into the Marine Corps base, you hang a right on Amboy Road. And that Amboy Road, boom, takes you right out to Amboy, where that Roy's gas station is. Once you hit Amboy, you just keep on going, and you'll see like Route 66 signs on the ground painted. It's really cool. And that's where, if you saw Cinestalker and I goofing around on the Lions on the way to Vegas, or any of the times that we've been like out there at Roy's, that's the way we've gone. And then you just keep on going. There's a couple other turns, but you wind up out in Vegas. From Roy's, about 2.5 hours later, you'd be in Vegas from there. So anyways, that was a lot of fun seeing all these filming locations. I was like, oh man, I know that. Oh man, I know that. Oh man, I know that. But, so I really enjoyed that aspect. But I also really enjoyed the fact that this was a story about Dad who was witnessing a alien invasion, and he was trying to save his kids, get his kids to one of the military installations that hadn't been infected yet. And so, he picks his kids up in the middle of the night and takes off, and he's headed over there, and it's about their journey. And the fact that he was a Marine, I was like, okay, this is cool. I got the Marine connection there. And, the power of the story, his emotional, he just was such a good actor. And, the emotions that he was going through, trying to save his kids, and the frustration of kids being kids and getting stopped by the cop, while he's trying to go and everything. It was very, very, it just pulled you in. It really pulls you into the story. And, it's kind of like edge of the seat kind of movie, where you just don't want to turn it off. It's not a movie that you're like, okay, I need to take a break or whatever. This is a movie you're watching. You're there. You're in it for the long haul. It's just captivating. So I really, really enjoyed it. I will rate it right now. And then after that, I will talk about some spoilers. So my rating for this movie is, I gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd. And I'm torn. This is another movie like X, where it's so good, and I can't tell you anything that's really wrong with it. But I just don't know why I don't feel like it's a 10, like in the best movies I've ever seen. But with that being said, I think like X, I'm going to give this a 9. This was such a good movie. Such a good movie. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Encounter on Amazon Prime. There's, I think, another movie called Encounter, so don't get it twisted. I don't know about that other movie, but this is the one you want to watch. So Amazon Prime, go check it out. If you have not seen it, stop the video now, because what I'm going to say will ruin this for you. So I'm going to give you about the count of 2 to turn it off. A 1 and a 2. Boom. Time for spoilers. We are shown evidence of an alien ship or a meteor or whatever it is that is carrying these alien entities and like microorganisms. And it comes in, and we see these alien organisms get into mosquitoes, and then get into people's bloodstreams and kind of take over these people like as parasites in their bodies, and start controlling these people. And you're going like, okay, this is a pretty cool premise for a movie. Not 100% the most original storyline ever, but I'm digging it. It's done well enough that I'm digging it. And there's a certain point, and I won't say exactly, because I think maybe this point occurs at different times for different people, but there will come a point in the movie where you realize there's no aliens, and this dad is suffering from PTSD. He's out of his mind. What he experienced in combat as a Marine is what we're led to believe. It could be just that he's batshit crazy, but it sounds like he was normal, went in the Marines, saw some things that really screwed him up, and then lost his mind. The PTSD has him seeing things, specifically aliens, and now feels like he has to save his kids from an alien invasion, which is really not happening. Once you understand that, this movie really changes. It changes from a sci-fi to a dramatic, like gut-wrenching, emotional film about a family who was already torn apart because of the dad's problems. The mom and dad end up getting a divorce. The mom's remarried, and one of the two kids isn't taking too well to the stepdad. Their biological father, the Marine with the PTSD, was in jail. He gets out of jail. He comes and snatches up the kids, thinking there's an alien invasion. So the idea that the dad is out there mentally ill, and you know now, like, he is not fully to blame for his actions, but you're scared because of what, like, the FBI is saying, that he may be like a family, what did they call him, like, but basically a family killer, like he was going to kill the kids. So you're worried for the kids, you're worried for him, you know. And for me at that point, I'm like, I went from like rooting for this guy to get the kids to the, you know, to the safe base, to feeling horrible for this guy for the PTSD he's going through. So after you figure out the twist, you realize there is no like physical antagonist in this movie. I mean, his disease could be the antagonist, but he's also a victim, and we're talking about the dad here. The kids are victims. There's the old man that he breaks into his house because he wants to take the car. He ends up hitting that guy with the like the light pole thing. That guy's not really an antagonist. He's more of a victim to defending himself. And then his sons that they see their dad's car. They're trying to go avenge their father. Now he didn't. I don't think he died, but we saw him needing to get to the hospital. But they saw their dad's car driving down the road, so they're like, what? They're going to go, get the people that hurt their dad. Can't blame them for that either. So, and then the cops that we're looking for, our lead actor, they're just doing their job. So it was kind of unique, being that in my mind there's no antagonist, where early in the film we're going, the aliens are the antagonist. But that was not the case. One of my biggest things that I love about movies is the good story. It doesn't have to have all the action in the world. It doesn't have to have all the killing or blood and guts. I do enjoy that stuff, but I need a good story. If there's a bad story, I will not enjoy the movie, a la the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. People are like, oh yeah, blood and guts, and it was crazy, Leatherface going off and all that. The story was dog shit. This was a great story. I just can't speak highly enough of this movie. It was so great, and I'm so grateful that Balzer had seen it and recommended that I check it out and do this review. But I appreciate you watching this video, hanging out with me here for a few minutes. Definitely check out Encounter. Let me know down below what your thoughts of it were. And yeah, I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. But what I'm doing now, made a executive decision. Movie reviews are going to go up on this channel here, and in general they will be set to members only for a couple weeks, and then I will release them to the public, or maybe not necessarily specifically a couple weeks. I don't want to put an exact time frame, but these movie reviews will initially be members only, and then at some point down the road open them up to the public. I do have a review coming up next week. And of course, if you're watching this later on down the road or something, this doesn't matter. But if you're next week, I will be releasing a review of 4 movies from the folks at Visual Vengeance. I'm going to be reviewing like little micro reviews on all 4 of their first movies next week in one video. That'll be public, just because I owe that to Visual Vengeance. But generally, the movie reviews, and these won't be the only videos that are going to be members only. You're going to get other content that is member only videos, that are member only videos, in addition to this. But this is just one of the other perks, that you'll be able to see these first, well ahead of everybody else. But with all that being said, I will quit wasting your day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, if you did, give it a thumbs up, take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one.